Hi, I'm here to present a lesson for reducing anxiety, overwhelm, and coming back to yourself. This is a profound combination of many techniques. So if you're ready to soothe yourself, come lie on the ground with arms by your side. I'm going to sit so that you can see what it looks like to maybe do this if you are sitting. And if not, just use it as a reference. And breathe as you rest, getting a sense of your weight, your volume, your expanse as you breathe. Imagining now there is a string tied under your right wrist, maybe attached to a balloon, and allowing the right wrist, when you're ready to inhale or exhale, just to rise slightly, very slightly. The elbow stays on the ground, the fingers stay on the ground, and come back down. And we're going to do that same thing over and over again, just repeating with the breath. You might imagine a jellyfish moving in the water, that beautiful oscillation of freedom. The fingers can trail on the ground, or it might not come up that high. Your wrist can come up just the tiniest bit. And the less you do, the more you will feel. Combining lifting the wrist as by a string in your imagination, as high as you want or as low as you can go. And the next time your breath goes back to rest, pause. Next time the wrist is down with the breath. And breathe, noticing the difference between your two hands, arms, and fingers. Your two shoulders, the right side of your face and the left. Noticing differences without judgment. And now going to the other wrist, doing the same thing. And maybe playing with the breath. If you're using the inhale to lift, try using the exhale. If you're using the exhale, try using the inhale, because both are wonderful for different reasons. One might be of more use, but that is for you to discover, because I'm here to empower you, not to tell you what to do. Your body will tell you what feels better. Maybe not consciously, but subconsciously it knows. So trying both breathing techniques. I don't want to call them techniques, both breathing as though it's choreographing the movement of the body. And can you use this movement and this breath to soften? Bending the wrist ever so slightly, taking the whole inhale or exhale to rise and the whole inhale or exhale to come back, so that the movement is slow but steady. And then pausing the next time your breath settles with the wrist down. Noticing your two wrists. Is there more space, more potential in your wrists or anywhere else? And now with legs long, if you can, we're going to do this with the feet. And I'm going to show you what it looks like, but I can describe it. So try doing it on your own before you look at the visual. We're going to flex the foot as we bend the toes. And we're going to bring the toes in as though we're kind of squeezing them as we flex the foot. And just do one foot right now. Combine it with the breath. Maybe you exhale to bring the toes in. Inhale to let them out. Notice which toes are going out. I'm noticing I have a toe that likes to go up. That's interesting. Maybe it wants to go down. That's different. So you play with the movement. What feels interesting to you? Don't ever let it be, I have to do this. It's no, this feels good. And then let that go. Let the toes be long, the leg be long. If you were doing this in standing, it's still the same thing. You just drag the toes as though you were dragging them in the sand, trying to create more of an arch. Same thing with the other foot. You're just going to bring the toes in, toes in, scrunch as you flex. If the foot is flat, the toes are dragging against sand, creating more arch. If your foot is long, then the toes are coming up, bending as you flex the foot. You may notice very different things on your feet. The goal is not to do it right. The goal is to feel what feels best for you. It's going to be different for everyone, that little spot where you feel, oh, this feels good. Yes. Choreographing with the breath. Being honest with which breath works. And if you don't know, try them both again. Maybe it's different for the feet. This is where we get curious and make choices as we move. Pausing and feeling the feet as you rest, the toes, the top of the foot, the sole of the foot, the ankle, and the heel. And then pause for a moment and come to a seated position where you can have your one foot, if you can reach it. If not, you can just imagine. We're going to find this spot right above the heel. Just start to trace around the outline of your heel. And when you come to the spot that is right about heel, but foot right in between, we're going to press there. So you can have your foot down if you can. Take your fingers, we're going to press that spot, see if the toes come in. Notice what the leg does. If you're doing this on your own, what happens? Let the toes curl and let go, but press so that you are doing the flexing of your foot. The foot is flexed. All it needs to do is bring the toes in. And then let it go and see how that feels. Always checking in. It rebalances the nervous system, lets us know if we did too much, helps us tailor to what we need in every moment. We're going to do the same with the other foot if you'd like. Just tracing around the outer edges, but coming to a place where we can, right between the heel and the foot in the middle, you find that middle point where you press and you feel, yeah, the toes want to curl if I press there. Maybe the knee wants to do something. Maybe it comes back or up. Maybe I feel like I'm more on my pelvis. And whatever you feel is right for you. Don't take my word for it. Feel what you feel. And breathe. And then come back to lying down. You can always sit in a chair. And we're going to do both feet at once now. So I want you to think about both feet flexing and curling and letting go. So as you breathe one way, they come in. As you breathe the other way, they go out. You just do that a few times. And not so intensely. Maybe do less. Maybe you do half the movement. Maybe you do it so small that there's no tension in your toes, your feet, or anywhere in your body. And then pause that and just let that go to feel the feet, the ankles, the toes. If you're feeling any discomfort, do less. That is the key. These lessons work when you do less. If you feel pain, you need to do a little less. It's something new compared to what we usually learn, but less is more. Less is where we learn all. And now lying down, I want you to think about starting with one wrist with the breath. Same movement, the wrist lifts, and as it lifts, it may come up high enough for the fingers to trail and for there to be more weight on the elbow. It may only come up a little bit, giving you just a hint of what you need. Keeping it small, add in the other wrist when you start to breathe in the way you would like to lift. So both wrists are lifting together, just as before. And you're breathing with this. In one direction, you're breathing, either inhale or exhale. In the other direction, you're breathing, inhale or exhale. Let the breath choreograph the movement, and let the movement relax the body. And now with this relaxation, add in one of your feet, so that 2 wrists and 1 foot is doing this movement. As you breathe with it, don't lose the breath. If you do, that's okay. You just come back to it. It's okay if the movement isn't as you want. And add in that last foot when you're ready, so you have all 4 going together. And feel this gentle, like you're almost on a wave in an ocean, push and pull. It's very small, it's very slight. Feel how you come together and how you make space. Pause and let that go. We're going to do a little bit more, but the same idea. But just the beginning idea is what I want you to use if you can't sleep, if you need to come back to it, if you're in a stressful situation and you can move only a little bit, move your wrist, move your ankle. Those are key points to get you balanced and centered, to get your nervous system relaxed. And now I want you to think about doing this in opposition. Let's say you're inhaling. I'm going to use that as an example. If we would inhale, the wrists would come up. As they come down, exhale, the feet come up, and you scrunch the toes. If you're exhaling, you exhale as the wrists come up, and you inhale as you bring the ankles closer together in the front and the toes curl. And you just alternate. And can you start to take your eyes down toward what's lifting, down toward the wrists as they're lifting in your imagination, down towards the feet as they're lifting in your imagination. Breathing. Your breath is conducting. Pause. Breathe. Do less with every iteration, and with every variation that adds a layer of complication, you can always go back to the simple version of just lifting your wrists or bending your ankle. Maybe 1, whatever's easy. If you feel up for it, we're going to take the arms out to the sides. Have arms out to the sides, and we're going to start to breathe now with this movement. Same movement, but the fingers are curling in, and the wrist is going back to touch the floor a little bit more. The fingers may not come all the way together to a fist. They don't need to. They might just have the idea of coming closer and releasing. The idea is to have it be more fluid each time. If you're just doing one hand, now do both. So you have both hands curling in. You have them out to your sides, but you're lying on the ground. And do you do this on the inhale or the exhale? When you're ready, add the feet. As the fingers curl in, the feet will flex and the toes will curl. So they go together in that way. And then everything releases and expands. Notice how you breathe. Pause and let that go. Keep your arms out at shoulder height if that's comfortable. And now I want you to alternate. Once you'll curl one hand, and then you'll curl the other. So you just go back and forth, arms are shoulder height, you're lying on your back. One hand curls as the other extends, and they switch. Notice if your head is already trying to do something, why don't you look at the hand that's curling? As you breathe, just let the head roll on the ground, and it meets the hand that's curling right as it is at its peak of curling at the end of the breathing cycle. And it takes the whole breathing cycle just as the hand does to go look at the other hand. Going back and forth with the head and eyes. Notice, do your eyes lead? Does your head lead? And now switch and look at the hand that's opening. So you can stay with the same hand until it opens. And then hand is opening, you look. The other hand is curling. And then you look at the open hand. So now we're looking at the opposite hand. Is this different in your shoulders or movement of your head? Or your breath? Is your breath still going? Or did you speed up? Pause and let that go. Bring your arms down to your sides and rest. And bring one leg to stand now, so that one leg is long and one leg is standing if that's comfortable. If you're in a chair, there's a way to do this where you put the foot behind, but you keep one leg in standing. As you have this leg in standing, you're going to curl the toes in the same way, making more space in the arch. Bring the arms out to shoulder height. Same foot and that is standing and same hand will curl at the same time. And begin to turn away from the curling. And since your leg isn't standing now, start to see if that curling, as you start to curl, can you bring the arm in a little bit? You're on your back. So you're curling and you're bringing the arm in. You have that standing foot. You can use that to push as it curls. And you come back. Curling the foot and hand. Maybe the hand touches the other side. Maybe it doesn't. It just kind of curls and comes in and across. And keep it curled. Opens as it comes back. Same as the foot. And now the next time you curl, pause there. Use the foot to push even though it's curled. And see if you can roll onto your side. And if not, just roll onto your side. Here on your side, I want you to think about this top leg going down first. This arm is going to push up. The other arm, have it come down here. So don't lift your head. As you come up, you're not going to lift. You're going to push like this. Head does not come up. You use your arms, and then you push yourself onto your pelvis. We're going to practice that whole thing really in detail in another lesson. So come to sit or come to stand, because you will stand eventually. And as you do, I want you to notice the difference in how you feel. And did this technique, even the subtle, just beginning movement of one wrist, did that resonate with you in a way that helped your nervous system, your vagus nerve kind of sense, ooh, I like this. This helps me rest, relax. And we do it in combination with a lot of things because the brain, to learn the pattern, needs to kind of see it with other elements. And we're pulling it all together to make these movements even easier. Comment if this is something you're using. In my method, the Feldenkrais method, we call it bell hand. But you can call it whatever you want. Wrist like a jellyfish. Whatever suits you. And I would name things that you like. Your clothes, your movements. Just so you know what you're coming back to. Get that creative spark going. I'll be doing more videos for movement very soon.